Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Report. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Ray Man Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your soul story together. And we have a shout out this week to our new friends at ohmtimes.com. If you go to ohmtimes.com, you'll see one of the greatest lightworker magazines on the planet, and you will see our horoscopes there as well. Well, the sun is now in chapter 3 of Libra. This is the master shui, the passionate, intense part of the transit. We'll be working on our long-term partnerships, our romantic marriages, and strategic business alliances as well. The classic kind of cliche of sun in Libra. The moon will be a bit intense this week. It will actually go full by the end of the week. It begins in cutoff Aquarius, then we're juicy in Pisces for 3 days, then a full moon in Aries on Friday night, and then of course we have a chill weekend in Taurus where we'll be manifesting. The moon signs most affected are Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, and the moons falling into the shadow or the dark side of the moon will be the Leo moon, Virgo moons, Libra, and Scorpio moons. Now, looking at orbits, man, this week it's kind of interesting. The moon, of course, starts in the crown, but then by the end of the week will shift all the way down to the root chakra for the full moon, which creates this opposition between the throat chakra and the root chakra. And because this is the full moon in Aries, this is the most intense full moon around survival, root chakra issues. So in each of your 12 horoscopes upstairs, I'll be talking about how this opposition might affect your health and how it affects your chakras in your system. Now, taking a look at the planets, let's start first with the constellations, a new little feature I put in this week, which I had pointed out. And we, of course, overlay the planets on top of this. There's a lot going on with the planets, and some of it has been going on for a long time, and I'm happy to announce some of it is finally ending. For one, we do have this trine between Black Lilith and Saturn. The good news is both Black Lilith and Saturn show that now they're unified at growing, moving forward, healing. And Black Lilith is at step 14 this week, which means that we're going to respond differently based on the fact that we are hopefully feeling karma free. This grand cross or grand square has finally broken apart. You can see that the sun has progressed. Thank goddess for that. Now there's still a T square going on between the three planets, Uranus, Pluto, and Black Lilith is a trigger there. However, with the sun out of this week you're going to find your life going faster and faster and faster because we're starting to feel our life let up. Remember, the sun is what we love. It is basically our life. And then this grand trine, this Black Lilith grand trine is still in effect, but because of Black Lilith being at step 14 and Saturn moving to step 12 at the end of the week, this is going to be a freeing, much more freeing grand trine, and this is going to be us rushing past like water rapids our old issues and probably finding ourselves emotionally in new issues. Well, let's dive in deep to your particular soul, but to do that we've got to take the ascension elevator up, so I'll see you upstairs at 33,000 feet.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Namaste, Your Royal Majesty and Leo Risings, Royal Cousins. I don't know how we consider ourselves. I'm a Leo Rising myself. And welcome to 33,000 feet for the royal experience of Christopher Witecki. And I've served, I think, many king and queen in past life, just so you know. I definitely have past life memory of being an astrologer and serving many powerful people and getting in trouble for it too. So don't think I don't take this role lightly, Your Majesty. I have lost my head. Now, speaking of losing one's head, that's exactly what this is about this month. Oh, silly me. It's about losing our head so that we don't end up getting guillotined in our own life. And we started off with attitude and thoughts and prejudice thinking and moving into the way you compare and contrast your thoughts. And we've had some cool, fun, serious joy toys. And this week we're going to talk about setting that message and setting that tone, because tone sets the stage for all message. Now, whenever I write a project, I'm currently writing one of my first creative projects, and I'm so excited. I always start with the tone or the title. I always start with the title, because to me, the title sets the tone. And then the tone sets the tone of the language of the entire script. So you're setting your tone, Your Majesty, this week, and this tone and this attitude will be the one that will bring you into the recognition you deserve and the shining you want to do. But of course, you must shine in your thoughts before you will shine outside of yourself. And so you must be royal in your own thinking. So we're going to work on that this week. We're going to work on changing lifestyle, and we're going to work on Saturn in Scorpio, which is while you're changing attitude, you're also trying to step into a secure emotional groundedness, home, family, foundation groundedness, cutting away from the crap from 1983, frankly. And then lastly, believe it or not, you know nothing. Uranus in Aries says belief structure is being revolutionized as I say this right now. So by the end of the week, perhaps adopting a whole new philosophy or religion of Your Majesty's court. So this week we're stepping into the Master Shui. This is, like I said, the attitude of your thought, the message and the tone that your thoughts take. And so you really want to pay attention or play your serious joy toy in order to be observant of that attitude or tone. The sun will move from stepping into passion at 20 degrees all the way to some sort of a commitment to a message, a tone, or maybe even signing contracts for those people currently negotiating in this I think transit. You want to trust your feelings because Master Shui is where emotions and thoughts come together. In other words, thoughts will get lost, words will get lost. And I do this on camera. I actually focus on the tone and the feeling. And sometimes I don't know what I've said until I watch my horoscope. I know. But hey, if you like what I've done, maybe you should try it. Saturn in Scorpio is that push for feeling secure at home. And your thoughts are very much on finding peace in your soul garden so you can have the fruit of your garden. And so you're really wanting to plant. Now, Saturn at step 11 says that you have found integrity at home, hopefully, and you're learning how to repeat and restore that integrity. This week, you're going to build on that integrity. In other words, build things in life that count on you being emotionally stable. Getting jobs, maybe, that count on you being emotionally stable. Finding friendships that require you are emotionally stable. So your own feeling good directly relates to your potentials in the outer world this week. And the North Node says, just listen to your intuition, really. And that's, I think, good advice from the North Node. The state of Cancer, which is that strength building on the inside, the inner faith growth, which began in July of this year and has raced ahead to help you expand your own personal emotional faith. On the one hand, you want to love and trust that the karma is over, says Black Lilith, and you want to respond to life based on having no karma. So you really want to be karma-free emotionally. There should be no hint or smell of anything in the tone of your voice that something bad's about to happen. You should emotionally wash away any of that memory or imprint in your subconscious. And with Jupiter at step 19, you want to love and trust your feelings. You want to love and trust the faith you have. And you want to invest in that faith, or if you dare I say, gamble that faith somewhere and go ahead and lay that card on the table and say, I know I'm good for it. So Jupiter is pushing for that. So this week, looking at the planets, Jupiter is saying you're loving and trusting the faith that you have. Saturn is saying you're restoring integrity to your home family foundation and allowing yourself to heal your soul garden. Uranus is going to be that turning of your belief structure. More on that later. Neptune says the Leos and Leo risings must be self-compassionate at every boundary. So every time you open a door, turn a corner, or anything, compassion, compassion, compassion. With every boundary, every turn. All right? And Pluto, which I've added to the map, is direct, which means the old lifestyle for Leos is dead. The old way of working is dead. You are now moving into a new lifestyle, a new way of living in the moment, and the old way will never come back, says Pluto. Pluto is the last planet in the solar system. Afterwards, you are not in your manifestation power once you leave the gravity of Pluto or pass it. So on Sunday, the moon is in Aquarius, so you're a bit sunny and sentimental. Emotions are pulling you towards relationships and alliances, perhaps commitments to others. And perhaps commitments to others is the present thing on the planet or on this day that is causing you to maybe think differently, period. And you're really having to love and trust. You might have a lot of emotion flooding in to your life, and so your mind is trying to just feel okay with all that emotion flooding through. Or it might be just a day of quiet and your mind is trying to get balanced, but you're trusting on Sunday. On Monday, the moon moves into Pisces, and so emotions now get very personal. This is a time where you must on Monday be very self-compassionate to yourself and lick your wounds if you have any. Now, for those who signed up for the Guardian Agency free open house this week, you're going to get emails that incrementally build on everything I'm saying each day, and I'll be reminding you on Monday to be nice to yourself. On Tuesday, it's a quantum breakthrough day. And so on Tuesday, you're going to have a total new idea or if you have struggle on Tuesday or fights with people, it's because those thoughts or those people are keeping you from seeing the truth. So there could be breakdown or arguments on Tuesday, but they lead to the light bulb going off on Wednesday when Mercury rules the day. Now, all of this, Monday through Wednesday, requires that Leos and Leo risings be very self-compassionate and be very flexible in your trust and boundary issues. You will probably be grouchy and not want to be flexible on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, FYI. On Wednesday, that's the breakthrough day. The light goes off. It's still a day where you have to trust and love and trust everything's okay. On Thursday, Venus finally comes out to play, but the moon crosses over Uranus. So if you are emotionally believing that you know everything on Thursday, you will have a stubborn breakdown. Could be egg in your face, total public embarrassment maybe of you are wrong. The universe is being gentle as possible. Venus does rule the day, so if you have some sort of breakdown on Thursday, you can recover pretty quickly with Venus ruling the day. And really, the whole day is about restoring peace of mind. So there might be a drama on Thursday of panic, and then after the panic, peace of mind. But the lesson is, why did you put yourself through that, Your Majesty, in your thoughts? On Friday, it's a cloudy day, and the moon is speculative. So it's partly cloudy and learning on Friday. I must point out that this whole time while the moon is in Aries, it's climbing to a full moon, and it is a full moon Friday night. So the full moon on Friday night is a tug-of-war between should and where your thoughts are. And your emotions are, depending on if you've had the breakthrough about knowing nothing, depending on whether or not you are being open-minded to the fact that if you're not a happy person, you don't have the philosophy of life, okay? And so if you're open to that, you could have quantum breakthrough on the full moon where you can really believe and begin to believe that everything will be fine. And that belief allows your mind to find its peace or find out why it can't stay in peace. So Friday is very speculative. You're basically letting go to old thought patterns, whether you let go of those thought patterns because you emotionally feel trapped by ignorance, you emotionally feel liberated by freedom, you emotionally feel like you know everything when I just said to you, you know nothing. All of that is still the full moon designed to help you step into peace of mind. And understanding why you weren't in peace of mind is why you are passionate about all the shoulds. Then on Saturn Day, it really is ruled by Saturn on Saturn Day this week. The moon moves into Taurus, and so emotions now shift to career and legacy and professionalism. And so it's going to be a professional weekend, Saturday and Sunday for you. But you are in the background deciding or making a commitment to attitude. And for those who are messengers like myself, you'll be making some sort of commitment to message on Saturday and Sunday. And actually, I am literally planning to do that. And someone who's watching this knows that. Crazy. All right, so that's Saturday. Now let's take a quick peek at next week. Looking at next week, when we come back on the 21st, Mercury does go retrograde. And so it's inside-out thinking about your feelings and whether or not you're doing okay at home. Tuesday, there's some showers. Wednesday, it's down the rabbit hole. Because we are heading into Scorpio. And that is really where you begin to look at face first the emotions that you are concerned with, etc. So as you may or may not know, we cannot afford to take you down in the ascension elevator. And besides, I think a descension elevator would be kind of spooky. So we've got a low-cost version to get you out the door, and simply we're going to push you out of the plane. Now, I do recommend that you get a prayer chute and strap it to your back. I'm going to push you out the plane, and when we get out of this, at the bottom, I have a Serious Joy Toy update for you.
At Soulmart.me, we have prices and specials worth jumping for. Like the Guardian Agency, our digital network that'll watch over you through email 7 days a week, 7 times a day. Come join our free open house next week. Just navigate to Soulmart.me. While you're there, fill out your date of birth and email address in our custom form, and you'll get 7 days. No credit card required to sign up. Come on down. And while you're there, you might want to also check out the Orbits Report and Jupiter Gets Emotional. Now just $11.11 for limited time and for immediate download. At Soulmart.me, mind, body, and soul improvement. Parachute not included.
Your Royal Majesty and Leo Rising, welcome back for your Serious Joy Toy of the week. And this is the toy I give you to play with in your mind and in your life to change your life. And I hope you've been playing along because these are fun. Now, last week, I had said, remember this started with that every thought is on a microphone. This is to make you become aware of your thoughts. And then last week I said every thought is a policy. So everything you say out loud is basically a policy. So make sure your inner Congress is voting on what you say out loud because you're making a policy. This week, it's dress rehearsal time, Your Majesty. It is time for you to write an acceptance speech. I would like you to draft an acceptance speech for how great your life is by the end of the week, please. And I want you to be prepared to know that anything you say is in fact policy, and everything your thoughts are thinking are on a microphone anyway, so you want to even be careful with the way you think about yourself because everyone is listening, Your Majesty. I mean, seriously. All right, that's your Serious Joy Toy. Cannot wait to hear your acceptance speeches. By the way, if anyone wants to get extra credit, you can send me your acceptance speech, emailing us at love@soulgarden.me or post it somewhere, and I'll give you extra credit. All right, Your Majesty, that's all I have for this 7-day forecast. I will see you in 7 more. Namaste, and live, love, be.
TV.
Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the most loving space on the internet. And you know what? It's Friday. It's finally Friday, and we got a whole bunch of content. That's right. No, we don't. What am I talking about?